Good morning, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. Today is Tech Life Weekly with the BizChicks. I'm here with my friend and colleague, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Tara Lena from California Cover Ups, and we're the BizChicks. It's the day that we always love to talk tech with you because we're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle and run a profitable business that's fun to run. And these tools and tips will help you do just that. We always like to get started with This Week in Tech. But before we do that, we want to give a shout out to our other contributors, to Terry Johnson Online Everywhere from New York City, and to Dr. Tachi all the way from Florida. They'll be joining us today, and we look forward to that. Fran, what do you have for us today?
Well, I am going to do a little bit of tech history, then I'm going to do some tech making history and some things that's happening in travel. All has to do with tech and some other stuff. But anyway, let's see what is going on in tech history. Let me pop up the other screen. Okay, so it is April. Okay. So I wanted to do that, but I'm not going to do that. The first computerized legal search service that happened April 2nd, 1973. And Lexis, Lexis, not the car, launches at a press conference in New York City. The name was coined from the Latin word lex, meaning law, and the letters for IS for information service, featuring only the full text searches of New York and Ohio state law, state case law at launch. The goal of Lexis was to allow law firms to access their legal databases directly without the need for an intermediary professional such as a librarian. Legal offices would access Lexis through dedicated terminals, which was an impressive feat since this was well before personal computing had become mainstream. By 1974, Lexis was hosted on an IBM System 370 model mainframe and added the entire United States code. It took until 1980 for Lexis to complete entering all U.S. federal and state cases. It was not until February 2020 that the databases were transitioned to internet cloud hosting and legacy mainframes shut down. Now, this is interesting because we're talking about AI and it access and stuff.
Yes.
Now lawyers and stuff do not have to wait for years to find information about cases and dig, because we have ChatGPT and some other ones. I'm seeing how the AI can go and find case studies and things. And I do believe aren't they public record?
Yes.
Okay.
But you have to go to the law library usually.
Correct.
To a specialized area. Marcia, good morning.
So I'm thinking that there is now the chat GPTs can now be compartmentalized to go law libraries where doctors will be able to use them, things of that nature. You understand what I mean? It's just not going to be.
But the other thing too is you would want to also, after you get the information, to verify the information.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is, I believe that there will be like going to a grocery store, and this grocery store is where the law libraries are. It's not going to just be a free for all where
it's going to be dedicated.
I can't just get into medical data,
Got
right?
you. So it's like a dedicated, okay, platform.
Right. Where, oh, you do not have access. So I have to go somewhere else, even though I might have sent ChatGPT out there to go look for it. It can tell me about some stuff, but it wouldn't let me in on a specific thing. Just,
Gotcha. Isn't that what Lexus is?
yeah, Lexus is a dedicated place to find law cases, federal,
Ah,
the
okay.
entire United States code. But it's good that it's you can access it. It's like the Britannica, the uh, Encyclopedia Britannica. Everybody had some on their wall. Well, not everybody, but there was some on the walls of most homes.
Yes.
And you would go, if you wanted to learn about the eagle, you would go to E, pull it out, look up eagle. And somebody had to keep writing that stuff over and over and over and publishing anew. That was
Edition.
expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can just go to ChatGPT or any other and just ask it about the life cycle of an eagle and get it right now
Mm, I like it.
within
The life.
seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But ChatGPT is just a big encyclopedia.
Mm,
Okay. So April 2nd, 1980, Microsoft announced its first hardware product, the Z80 soft card. The soft card is a microprocessor that plugs into the Apple II. That's interesting. Allowing it to run programs written for the CP/M operating system. CP/M was a very popular OS for early personal computers, along with much of the software written for it. In particular, the word processor WordStar, oh, I remember that because I used one, is so popular that people will purchase the soft card and a companion 80-column card just to run it on the Apple II. At
mm,
one point, the soft card product will bring in about half of Microsoft's total revenue. It would be discontinued in 1986 as CP/M's popularity declined.
okay.
So Apple, I guess, was because this little article here, it says, turn your Apple into the world's most versatile personal computer. So they were working together to try and, it
Gotcha.
was dominance there. April 3rd, 1966, the Soviet space probe Luna 10 becomes the first spacecraft to orbit around the moon. It was launched by the USSR from an Earth orbiting platform on March 35th, 1966. The Luna 10's battery will operate for 460 lunar orbits before deactivating as planned on May 30th, 1966.
Mm,
April 3rd, 1973, Martin Cooper makes the first cell phone call on a New York City street.
mm. Was that with that satellite phone?
Yeah, the brick,
That-
that big. And that I used to have one of those. That thing was
It's
heavy.
heavy.
It was heavier than a brick.
Mm-hmm.
April 4th, 1975, Microsoft was founded as a partnership between Bill Gates, age 19, and Paul Allen, age 22. In Albuquerque, New Mexico, the company was created to develop the basic programming environment for the MITS Altair 8880. MITS was headquartered in Albuquerque, so Gates and Allen moved there from Boston to launch their company. Eventually, they decided to move Microsoft to Seattle, Washington, where both men were from originally when they met in high school. And I think Paul Allen owns the Los Angeles Clippers now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Last story for history, April 4th, 1994. Ironically, 19 years to the day after Microsoft was formed, Mark Andreessen and Jim Clark create the Mosaic Communications Corporation, which will later be renamed Netscape Communications Corporation. Andreessen had developed the Mosaic web browser while working at the National Center for Computing Applications at the University of Illinois. And that is your week in tech history. You're muted, Terry.
Yes, let me unmute myself. All righty then. Okay, so the boys in the garage were handling business
At 19 and 22. See,
at 19 and 22. I think I read an article about a young man who was rejected by 15 universities and he developed some powerful app. And, you know, criteria can change people. Criteria.
mhm.
And I think the reason I wanted to expound on that was because I was looking for information about what is really going on in the classroom with all this technical innovation.
Mhm.
And so I wanted to, let me see if I can pull this up because I was like, okay. I don't know if I can pull this up or not.
I think you can.
Let's see, present. And it says a video file. Okay, here we go. And so I asked AI to generate something.
The morning sun shone brightly on Maplewood Elementary. It was a new day. A buzz of excitement filled the air. Gone were the days of dusty chalkboards and old textbooks. Maplewood had entered a new era, the era of technology. The transformation was incredible. Interactive whiteboards replaced traditional blackboards. Colourful tablets lay on each desk. The library now had virtual reality headsets. Maplewood was ready to take its students on an exciting journey of learning. The energy was contagious. Teachers were eager to embrace the new tools. Students were wide-eyed with anticipation. Everyone was ready to see how technology could transform the learning experience. Maplewood was no longer just a school, it was a launch pad to the future. The interactive whiteboard came alive with a burst of colours. Instead of just reading about the solar system, students were now navigating through it. They zoomed past planets, marveling at their size and beauty. In another classroom, robots whirred and moved, following instructions coded by young programmers. The students learned problem-solving skills while having fun. Technology wasn't just a distraction, it was an engaging tool. Math class was no longer about memorizing formulas. Gamified learning platforms made solving equations feel like an exciting quest. Students earned points and badges, making progress both fun and rewarding. Technology wasn't just changing the what of learning, it was transforming the how. Art class took on a whole new dimension with digital drawing tablets. Students let their creativity run wild, exploring a limitless palette of colors and brushes. Their artwork came alive with vibrant details. In global studies, virtual exchange programs broke down geographical barriers. Maplewood students connected with students from different continents. They shared experiences, learned about different cultures, and broadened their horizons. The classrooms were buzzing with collaboration and creativity. Technology had become a bridge, connecting students to a world of knowledge and opportunities. The best part, the students were not just passive recipients of information, they were active learners, creators, and explorers. At the end of the day, the students gathered, eager to share their experiences. "I loved exploring the human body in 3D, exclaimed one student. "I coded my robot to dance," another shared excitedly. The enthusiasm was infectious. It was clear that technology had ignited a passion for learning in these young minds. They were no longer just students in a classroom, they were astronauts, scientists, artists, and global citizens. Maplewood's tech-savvy revolution was a resounding success. It showed the power of technology to create immersive, engaging, and joyful learning experiences. It was a testament to the boundless potential that unfolds when innovation meets education. The future of learning was bright, and it had arrived at Maplewood Elementary.
Okay, now this is what AI video created when I asked it to tell me a story about what is going on in education today. So it came up with this fictitious setting and put in the different innovations and how they could be used and are being used by students today. So I didn't want you to think this is an actual school, but it is a way to show the application, like the whiteboard, to be able to bring that up on the whiteboard and take people to different galaxies and the kids, because we know that the kids have been coding for a while, right, Fran? Because we took the kids to Apple, what, for maybe seven?
Oh, it's been a minute.
Yeah,
It's
because
almost been 10 years ago.
King graduated from high school, and he was in elementary school when we went, and they coded and programmed little robots around the training room there at Apple, at the Apple store. So, you see how that can be carried over into the classroom today, since coding is so easy. And to see them actually programming robots in elementary school and collaborating across continents on projects. Remember when we came along, I think you'd have a pen pal. You had to sit down and physically write and mail a letter.
Or the exchange students, where you really don't have to really go anymore. You can.
Now you could, yes, you can FaceTime, and we have relationships with sister cities in different countries. May those relationships continue. But we don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, I was excited to see how the application, how they're gamifying school, where kids are able to earn badges and points so that they can see track their own progress, and it's an internal competition as opposed to, the teacher gets a grade and it's all over. You know what I mean?
This
So
is
I thought this was a beneficial way to look at the application of technology in elementary schools today. Thoughts?
Wow. Can we make this happen?
I
the, the
I
thing
think
is, if
it's
it,
happening. It's just a matter of where and how much are we, because we put a lot of money into education.
I think in most of them, they're happening in charter schools, not necessarily the ones that are front and center. But I've seen some charter schools pop up around here where the state of education has changed, but there are parents and people who are like, okay, I'm sending my kids to a charter school, and their dollars are also following, because I think there's some now you can take your money with you. They were over there, now you can take your money and go over here. And the online learning, my granddaughter, she is in classes, and there are some days that she has to go to the community college, and she's in classes with 20 something years old people, but she's sitting in class because that's part of her homeschool class. She's doing chemistry and some other things, and so it's still working, because the environment at the high school, she wanted to try high school. She said, like, oh no, put me back in. I want to go back to home.
again, the thing is, there's a very standardized method to education, public education in particular, because there are all these metrics and things that you have to meet. And I do understand some of them, but some of them also act to put students in a box. And then you wonder why there's no thrivingness. I made that a
Or
word.
excitement.
Or excitement. Yes. You wonder why. And this is why, because first of all, not every student is standard. And second of all, you are trying, let me not get into the bigger agenda, but there's purpose in making people conform and making everyone be the same. That's not to say don't follow rules, because one thing I used to hate I would hate when other people were talking, when the teachers talk. That bothered me even when I was in kindergarten. I hated that. So it's
Because
not.
you're not learning. You can't hear what I just missed something because you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, it's not to say not to be disruptive and not to follow rules that are there to facilitate everyone's learning. But at the same time, you need to teach students to think outside the box. People who think outside of the box are the ones who invent things, are the ones
Mhm.
who make things better for everyone.
That's true.
So can we do this at all schools? That's what I'm asking.
I think it well, and if the people who are in those schools allow that to happen, and that would
Yeah.
take the teachers getting out of the box, the principals, the faculty, everybody's going to have to think outside the box.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
In
Mhm.
agreement.
So that's what I wanted to share with you. All of the different potentially viable ways that education can expand the experience for young students. And
Mhm.
that's what I got for you today.
I have a quick
Yeah.
insert. I have been playing with TJ, and I discovered something. I shared it with TJ on Tuesday about how to make your avatar talk.
Oh,
That's
Oh
so
yeah,
cool.
show them. You
oh,
gonna show them?
Yeah,
Oh,
look, we made
which
the
avatar?
avatar talk.
mm-hmm.
An
Okay,
avatar you
so
made?
let me
Show
pull
it
it
first
up.
so they can see.
Let me see where I have this thing. Where did oh, it's in my Canva. Oh, I sent it to you, Terry, this morning. Let me open it up. And this is what we discovered. I need to find all sent. Can I get, oh, because it says tech group, come over there. Okay, so I'm going to play something. If I can, okay, there it is. Open with QuickTime Player.
Welcome to our presentation, learning how to choose and work with a financial
Hang on a minute.
advisor.
You
So
want
what
to
we're
share
going to do
that?
here today is just give you some tools that whenever you're entering into an advisory relationship with your
Okay,
financial
stand
advisor
by.
or your broker or
I
whoever it
asked you
might
to stop. Thank you. Okay, here we go. And this was fun. You know, our avatar that we
Welcome to our
have.
presentation.
Stop. Okay, go over there. This is fun. Okay, now I'm gonna present because
Okay.
where is my, oh, I'm not even in the thing. So you know our avatar, right?
Yes.
The girl, the girl we have.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Might be. I want to give you the skills so you can be confident and you
Can
can
y'all
have
see her?
clarity. Those two words
Yes.
are really going to
Yes.
come back to in this whole course. So let's go ahead and dive right in and we'll go over these concepts for you.
Okay,
Before we go any
Shaniqua.
further, note,
I
you're
didn't know
not
her name was
an
Shaniqua.
advisor.
It is
It's
now.
all educational. You make smarter choices. Cool? Let's go. Let's look at what is a stockbroker. A broker is a person or firm that arranges and executes buying or selling transactions on behalf of others, especially in markets like stock, real estate, or insurance.
Okay, so needless to say, I was like, what?
So tell which tool did you? Because remember we were talking about a whole bunch of tools. So this is you did this in Canva, but the talking
The
head part you
talking
did
and did DID. It's called DID.
DID. Oh,
Yes.
wow.
So you can take your picture and put it in DID, add a script, and it will
DID or GIG?
D as in dog.
Oh,
Let me get the link.
DID.
DID.
Yeah, I was like, what the? And so we have our little avatar person can now talk.
Which I was
Wow.
amazed. I was like, okay, so she's
I'm gonna put this in the chat for you guys.
Okay.
In the private chat. Well, I could put it out there for everybody.
Right.
But I was like, what? You can create an avatar because I saw this one lady, TJ, I showed you the lady who created the avatar and all of that. And I was like, so I was in there playing with it, and they said put a picture in there, and so I put the picture of the girl that's on all of our stuff.
Yeah. Your avatar.
Shaniqua.
Shaniqua. Yeah, I was like,
Oh
oh my gosh.
What Shaniqua say today? What Shaniqua said today? I can't wait to hear what she said today.
Shaniqua is cool. She is educated and confident.
Yes, I love it.
And so it was very, very easy to do. And then you create your slides, and you can put her down in the bottom of a slide or whatever. I could have her do everything, anything. I was like, wait.
So I have a question.
Sure.
How does this work with, because I don't know if Shaniqua is, obviously she's royalty free, right? Or do you actually know Shaniqua?
I don't.
In which
know
case,
Shaniqua.
apologize to her for me calling her Shaniqua.
She's not a real person. She's cool.
She is
Okay.
not. She is royalty free from way back. That was like 2013 or something. We acquired her.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so I'm wondering, like, how does that work when you take that and then you alter it? And I think, for the most part, lots of places want you to use it separate from how it comes. They want you to, alter it.
Right.
But so how does that work? What are the rights associated with those types of things when you do that?
I think I understand what you're getting at. So let me say something. So
Okay.
if you generate, say, because I have a Midjourney account, and now in Midjourney you can make people look real. I mean, that's Midjourney, and then some other things, Flux. I'm just listing the things. With Midjourney, when you pay, you get a you get to use it commercially.
Okay, you get a commercial license.
I go into Midjourney, and I don't like to take my picture and make people. I know how to make people. Like I might have shown it here. Like the ones that I do. If you see my stuff,
the lady with the glasses,
that's
and all
all
of her people,
AI, and it's getting better. So I could take that because I paid for the tool and I have rights to use it. I could take that over to what is this DID. And depending on how they have their structured as far as commercial rights, I'm good.
Right.
Okay.
And if people are just taking stock photos, now you can't do that.
Okay.
No. And like if you got royalty rights, I do believe like if you get it from Pixabay or something where they give you the what I mean, the rights to use it.
Creative Commons is what we're thinking about. Creative Commons.
Right. Because we did create her. Let me see if I can find this one. I created an avatar version of her as well with ChatGPT. And we created several little ChatGPT pictures. Let me see if I can go in here and yeah. Okay. So I asked ChatGPT to create, because you now know that ChatGPT can do image generation. So this is what we came up with. Let me share my screen again. So we can do image generations now. And this, can you all see her?
Okay. Shaniqua with a coif. Okay. Yes.
And you notice that we put the logo for the BizChicks on the cup and the
and the
This is what I started with, and I said generate an avatar from this photo of a woman sitting at a desk in her office with a laptop and coffee mug with the attached logo on the mug and laptop. In the background, you see a city scene in the morning, and this is what they gave me.
This looks really good. I think my only thing would be that why does the city scene look like it's from Batman the animated series and she looks
That's
real?
cause I
Yes.
can answer that because that's doll E. That's why I don't like doll E.
Oh
anymore.
yeah,
I use
Dolly
Midjourney.
does that.
Yeah, that's doll
Right.
E.
And then
So if
so
you
I
go to
asked it.
if you go to Midjourney or Flux or there's
Yeah.
there's always more models coming out.
Mhm.
I'm
Yes.
like that's doll E because that's how they do it. But you can use one of the other image generators and they give you a real cityscape. You
City.
could say New York City because I've done that and I've gotten New York City. Like, but
And so I asked him to make her hair curly. And then I asked him to brighten up that background and make the background late morning. I said, just give me blue after that.
Oh.
And then because I said, try again. Because Terry told me
Wait, but look at her
see, you gotta keep playing with it because the hands, right? You gotta
right.
This can
But
get
I
tiring.
love the face.
Yeah, and then I finally got this, which is okay. That's nice. And they finally got our logo better.
Yeah. But see, you can take that and go to Canva and put your logo
put it on.
over
Yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, that's true too. And then I asked her to create it based on this.
That's yeah.
So I
like that. That's pretty.
That's nice.
Yep.
You know, one of these days they're going to get the ratio of the elbow to the hand right.
Yeah,
one of these days they're going to.
Yeah, those are things you got to watch out. The hand placements, the measurement, and that's why I've seen some things where somebody I don't know if it was a business or I saw it online somewhere, and they had a man with the sweater and the shirt, but one arm was big, like muscular, and the other arm was like he didn't work out on that arm, and I'm like, that's AI. Don't fool me.
No need for the right arm.
Right. It wasn't like Popeye big. Like you would have to pay attention to those things to notice. And I'm like, I see little things where I'm like, that's AI. But if you just saw it, you would go, that's a person.
So then I asked it to give me different nationalities.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You see, that's all in there.
But they did it.
Yeah.
Look at BizChicks India, BizChicks Kenya.
India.
Exactly.
Global.
Exactly.
No, we're laughing, but you're right. You want to do this with different nationalities, and I love that you can. But there's certain things you have to look out for, like the place. Look at the arm and the hand ratio.
Right. And most people are not gonna care.
Oh, and different ages. BizChicks Bangladesh.
Right. And then
BizChicks Indonesia.
I said 60s. That is not 60s. That is more than 60s.
That's 80s.
Thank you.
That's what we thought.
Like, wait, y'all, you're
now you got to tell it 40. If 40 is the new 60, or 60 is the new 80, or however you say it.
Yes.
80 is the new 60. I don't know.
So we did do something, we got some different stuff. But I was
like, BizChicks Trinidad.
So we can play with them, and then we can make them talk.
Right.
I was like, oh, this is good. So you can do faceless YouTube for the people who for the people who think, oh, I don't want to be on. You can actually take an image of yourself and have it talk too.
Yeah, avatar. Just
you can also do that with video too. If you there's the like Hey Jen and all of these other things, they have the ability for you to do that, which I think is so great. It's a time saver. But then there's the other end of it. It's like, so where is that information going, and who has access to it if I put myself? That's why I have not done that yet, because I'm wondering, so what are you going to do with it? Once I do it. But I'm all for like creating somebody who is not me, a representation of me, and using that.
Right.
So you can maybe use your own avatar and
So
You can
there's
animate it. Yeah,
there's
that's great.
pros and
Yeah.
cons. Remember, TJ, remember that app that came out? Everybody was using it to create their avatar.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was all over Instagram, and I got sick of it. It was something.
Yeah,
It
and
was
everybody
something a
was.
few years ago, and they went crazy with it.
I don't think that app is doing that well anymore, but okay.
Yeah. Okay. And now everybody's uploaded the case in point. Everybody's uploaded their stuff to it, and it's not doing as well anymore because these are things that are now inside a lot of programs. So you don't always need a separate program. So what do you do with our data in that case if you decide to close?
Good question.
Oh,
Do you sell
because
it
you
to
can-
someone else?
because that's the thing that's happening with 123andMe or whatever that
23andMe.
23andMe.
Yeah, they're filing bankruptcy and they're telling people you tell them to discard your stuff. But if
Exactly.
everybody's quitting the company, who's going to be back there in the button pushing the buttons to discard your files? We don't know if they checking them out the back door and putting them on the back porch or something.
I mean, it's different because obviously Ancestry took over in that case. You know, they're very, they have the market share for the most case for some things, but AfricanAncestry.com in terms of us is definitely the place to go. But those are considerations. Like whenever you give anything that is data, because DNA is also considered data as well. What happens if this company goes belly up? Where does it go? What do you do? And then all of your stuff is out there, you know?
Right. I have not done an Ancestry. I was like, yeah.
Me either. My sister did it. I was like, well, if she did it, that's good enough for me because we're sisters. So.
Me too, because my sister did it. My sister did the same thing.
She's my sister.
My niece did it, yeah.
I don't need to do it. I'm on somebody's page somewhere because
you're there somewhere. Somebody in your family has done it, so that's why I was like.
Now interesting. Not to go down a rabbit hole, but what were the results?
Oh, for me, for my
anybody.
Sister? I'm trying to remember. Oh my God, I was trying to remember. This is like a few years ago. This is like maybe 5 years. I'm trying to remember. Oh my
African at all?
Yes. Okay. But there was. That's how I know about the. I think I said about Ireland or Scottish. There's a lot of.
Oh, okay.
Because my mother's grandfather was white. So that's how I know where all that came. But it was more African. But I love the breakdown of the countries. I think, is it Mali? I want to say. Something with an M. Trying to remember. I gotta ask her to give it to me again. I saved it somewhere and it's probably lost.
So most of my family from Jamaica and then Ghana. Okay.
Right.
So, but we got people in Cuba. We got people in. My sister found out about somebody who's in England somewhere. Totally not. They're white.
Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be in there.
But they're part of the family. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yes, we had quite a bit of quite a long legacy of Caucasian people in the bloodline. We were not expecting that.
Well, it is, like you said, we don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but that is there. So
but as quiet as this kept, everybody got a little bit of
Mali. I just did like a Google search. I think mine was Mali, Mali, Mali. I think that was like the major, and I think there was some Benin in there. I don't maybe some.
Ours was Dutch,
I gotta get it back from her. I was just like, it was really fascinating. I was like, well, I don't need to do it. She did it.
So, the paint can story, right? Everybody is a mixture. Okay, so
that's what I said. There's a mix of something in there. So
every nationality has come from one.
Yes.
And they may not want to admit where that is.
Just to piggyback back on the images of the chat GPT before because I was talking about Mid-Journey. I don't know if I've shown you some stuff. I've been working on some yoga stuff for a client. I just want to show you real
Ooh,
quick.
I'd love to see it. Put
Okay,
it up.
all right. This is my first attempt. Like I've been
Okay.
playing with it and I gotta come back. So I was like, okay, to show you what the Mid-Journey, and then because her eyes are closed because she's meditating, but if I had her eyes open and she could talk and say the guided meditation or the yoga
Yes.
chant or
Yes.
whatever the person wanted to say. All right, let me bring it up.
Go ahead and put that out. And while she's bringing that up, you can do full feature, like have them stand and move hands and walk and do stuff. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's what I was thinking when I saw that. I was like, I could do this for this person. I'm sorry, guys. I got so many tabs open.
No, take your time.
I should have closed
Yes.
these tabs.
And
Yeah, no worries.
I
and
have
with
like
doing all of this, I can see how this is the people who knew how to talk and create scenes for movies. This would be prime for them. Their days of trying to
next to
it would cut their work.
Go ahead. I'm just talking to myself. I'm just gonna bring the tab out so I can see it.
I think it would be, this is where the skill set comes in for the people who are in the industry, because they can write the prompts better and, say things that we would not think of saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's one.
That's nice.
All right, let me go. So that's
that's beautiful.
Let me see.
No,
so her eyes are closed. So I was thinking like if her eyes was open.
And she can be like, okay.
And I'm sorry, I'm scrolling. It's going this scroll. Okay. Let me do the arrow so it doesn't. That's one. That's one. That's one. That's one. See, look.
Okay,
why are her hands in the bed?
I die when I look at these things. So these are some.
And these would be perfect for the DID because she's sitting straight on, looking forward, and she can open her eyes and be able to talk. You want to do one? I know we're getting off topic here, but we can take that image, put it in DID, and make her talk.
It's Tech Friday. It's not off topic.
So
okay, cool.
Some of them, the hands, some of these I would not use because in the hands. Like this one is bad because in the hands.
They will move the hands and stuff for, you know what I'm saying? So we can do this if you want to. Let's see, how shall I do this? If you send me one of the pictures, I'm gonna upload it to my DID account and let's
pick one. This one? That would
I need somebody with a front-facing, unobstructed.
All of them, my eyes are closed.
That's okay. Maybe eyes closed. I don't think that matters.
Eyes.
Maybe you want one that's not in shadow so much.
Right.
Correct.
I'm trying to find one that has like a lot of daylight.
That the daylight behind. Keep going. Okay, that was weird. Okay, back up one. She might work.
This one?
No.
This one?
No. Go the other way.
Hush, Alexa. Whatever.
This one. No, back.
Alexa, be quiet.
With the long hair.
With the long hair. Okay, I got a ton. Let me see.
No,
the one you were just there.
I saw one in the one you showed already. Slow down.
It's little thumbnails I can't see on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. She's non-melanated and has long hair.
Okay, this one?
Her, right there.
Yes.
Okay, so let me download that one.
Send me that one.
Okay.
I know I just figured, okay, I like the little tool.
All right.
I think it's cool
that they made her talk. I was just so excited to be able to put her in the slide and let her read the slide.
Oh, wait, did we say hi to Marsha Patrice?
Marcia, yes.
It's Marcia. Okay, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm, that's okay.
All right, let me see.
I believe Marcia is in Florida.
Sure.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Marcia, are you in Florida?
What part of Florida? Because she's still there, I think.
I can't recall.
All right, let me see what size this thing is. I didn't even check the file size. Let me see.
Terry, your microphone is really good.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm hearing the resonance in it.
Oh, okay. That's cool. It's a Q2.
Oh, the Samsung Q2U.
Yeah, because Ross recommended it, and I said, well,
Yeah.
Ross recommended it. Okay, I sent it to the group, the file. So
And is that in the messenger?
yes, in Messenger.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going there now.
Yeah, because Ross first he said go get the what is the AT something that everybody buys?
The ATR,
It's AT something.
Audio Technica, it's ATR
It was
2100.
really inexpensive, like $40-$50. Like I got it like
Yeah.
years ago. Everybody was buying that one. And then Ross was like, oh no, you can get that one, or you could get the Samsung
Q2U.
U.
That I have that one as well. So I have the Q2U also. I love it.
ATR one, and I dropped it or something happened, it stopped working. So then I got this one.
Oh. And that one is pretty inexpensive too.
Yeah,
so I like that one.
Were, what, $50 maybe?
$59,
Yeah.
something like that, right?
Yeah, because
So,
I'm not.
yeah, I like it.
I'm not ready for the professional.
Okay, I'm going to walk through this. Y'all can keep talking.
Put TJ up here.
Okay, can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to create an avatar, create with a photo. You can also do one with a video. So we're going to create the avatar. And I'm going to upload the one that TJ just sent. And there she is, right? So she's not saying anything right now, but I want to go to a video studio and I want to create a video. Start from blank. Use her.
Heather.
Okay. Heather. Okay, we're going to give Heather. So we can do movements. We can have natural movements and we can have lively. I'm going to put it on lively. Natural, happy, surprise, serious. So I'm leaving it on natural. And then I am going to go over here to a script, right? So you can type a script and say, hi, blah, 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 blah. Or you can pull up an audio script from the person that I learned this from said use 11 Labs because the voice sounds better. But they got Emma down here. So do you guys want to type a script or you want to pull up something?
We could type.
Okay, what do y'all want her to say?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a meditation or something for her to say. A little script. Hold on. Let me look at my.
We can ask Jessica or Charles to give us something.
Hold on, I got something. No, affirmation. I think it was.
Yeah.
Hold on. I got some stuff. Let me get.
And to be honest, even if her eyes were closed as she's doing an affirmation, that makes sense.
It's a meditation. Yeah.
Yeah. I just need it.
Okay, let me see. Hold on. Let me
live, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, that's a lot of stuff there. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Put it in the private chat and I'll move it over.
Yeah.
So then you can do this 16:9 and use it for YouTube video shorts or whatever. They give you I did one for Instagram reel for did I put it out on Instagram? Not yet, but
oh really? Okay.
Yeah, I put it out.
It's a list of 20 calming and supportive affirmations.
Okay.
So, and then I don't know how you need them separated. They're all flowing together.
Okay, well, we're just gonna roll with it for right now.
If they run into each other, it's fine. Because I know how you just put commas between. I'm like, we don't have time for that. We just putting it out.
We're in. Yeah, let's see what she has to say.
Yeah, let's see what she does with it.
Trusting the flow of life, I trust that my life is unfolding with perfect timing and purpose. I release fear and replace it with unwavering.
Okay.
Trusting the
Oh,
flow
that's
of life, I
perfect.
trust that my life is unfolding.
Stop talking. Okay, now I'm gonna hit generate the video.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Heather, right?
Yes.
Heather. Mm-hmm.
Heather with the
And we're
tattoo.
gonna hit generate. I know
Wow.
I don't want your deal yet, so stop bothering me. So Heather.
Yeah, let's see what Heather has to say. This is cool. That's what I was saying. I was thinking like, okay, if I take one of the ones that I have and do the affirmation on top of it and have the person, now I'm going to work on maybe somebody having their eyes open.
Let's see if they open her eyes.
So what happens, you can use this to introduce the business, the yoga business. Hi, I'm the, and because this, I'm going to refresh because sometimes it takes a minute for them. Okay, well, I guess you are processing. Okay. I will be
And this is
patient.
d-id.com.
Mm-hmm. And if you just put DID, you'll see it.
Okay.
Because I have Cynthia, but that was too complicated. I was like, I can't.
Oh,
no.
Synthesia? Yeah, it is a little bit heady. It's not like intuitive.
Yeah, you want something easy.
And I was like, I can't do that with them.
I can't go there with you.
Not today.
Mm-mm. I guess I need to be patient.
Fascinating. I'm like, because we just started Tuesday and we're like, oh, looking at that. And I was like, okay. Now, that's what I'm saying. If you start with something that you own, like don't go, you know, a lot of people go to Google and just take whatever's there. And I'm like, you can't because those are copyrighted images.
Come on. And normally don't take this long for it to process because we didn't give it a lot to talk about.
Did we use up all our points?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay. We have some
stuff. I got 60 credits and 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Yeah, it says 15 minutes left before you upgrade.
So it should be percolating then. I see it turning.
Cool.
I just need to be patient, I guess.
And they're making her lively, remember?
Oh, that's right. So she may be moving her hands, but here we go.
Oh, we ready? Oh, that was fast.
Yeah, we're ready.
That wasn't too long.
Trusting the flow of life, I trust that my life is unfolding with perfect timing and purpose.
Can you see
I
her?
release fear and replace it with unwavering faith in the future. I embrace every moment with gratitude and joy.
You see her blinking?
My heart is open to giving and receiving love without limitations. Prosperity flows into my life in expected and unexpected ways. I am patient with myself as I grow and trust life's timing.
Wow.
There you go.
So we can slow her down and do some different things. I do believe.
I would do it. It would be slower, you know, because
So we would go back and do edit as new, and then we would still use her, but I would fix her the script and make it the slower, you know.
Right.
Just go in here and make these slower.
Oh wow.
I know.
Wow.
I see, that's what I was saying. If you start with an image that you know that you commercially that you've got the rights to, like Midjourney, and then I think I did a Google search just real quick on OpenAI, and this thing also OpenAI says that the images that you make there, but you have to be careful because a lot of people will make images in this, and we talked about this, they would do in the style of Picasso or in the style of an artist. Like, don't do that. Can't do that
because then they'll end up pulling falling water or something from another artist.
OpenAI is still in legal battle with the New York Times. That's going forward, and then there's going to be a lot of things coming from artists and stuff. So if you go in, I've seen people teach that on YouTube. Oh, just go in and say in the style of a famous artist or an illustrator, or you can't do that. You have to, you know, think of the prompt. But see, this is where ChatGPT comes in. You can ask it to give you suggestions.
Okay.
For a prompt of, say, a oil painting that you want it to look some kind of way, and ChatGPT will help you with that without using the artist. See?
Yes.
And books. Oh, write a sonnet in the style of William Shakespeare. I'm just throwing it out, but you can't do that. You can't use an author. Those people are copyrighted. You can't use you can't even put that in the prompt. But I see a lot of people doing that in the style of Rembrandt, or in the style of. I'm like, you can't do that. Those
So
things
don't name names.
Yeah, you can't do that. You have to describe it.
And most people can't describe, and that is where the professionals who are copywriters can describe. The movie set designers know how to describe, right? So there's always a job for you.
Now, I wonder if, and this is more of wording than it is, but it's art. So I wonder if you did something that is fictional, if it would pick it up. So for example, if you did two examples I think about. So on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, one of the episodes, Will was pretending to be a famous poet to impress this young lady. And so he called him Raphael de la Ghetto. So I wonder if you put that in, if they would get the reference and draw from that. And
if it's on the internet, yes. If
they would go get that.
They would draw for because I was also thinking about, remember on the Cosby Show, the Gordon Gartrell shirts that
that would be so it would pick it up.
Yeah, they would go get it, and they would probably make it too.
Yeah,
exactly. Here is your Gordon Gartrell shirt.
It's on the internet. It's on a website, or say the Hollywood Reporter, whoever that they have websites that talk about entertainment. If they mention that phrase, they will the ChatGPT will pick it up.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
That's the deep what's it called now? The deep research part of it.
Deep research.
And you don't even have to do the deep research part of it. It does it on the regular search, because I've done some things now. And it's pulled up, from the websites. And I didn't even do deep research. I just did something, and it went out. Jessica went out and searched and gave me the sources, because now they weren't doing sources before, but now ChatGPT is coming back with the source, like Copilot does with the sources. So
yeah, because I've seen the sources come back on the bottom of the thing, telling where they got the information. I've seen that.
Yeah, and
they do that. It's good to do anyway. You should. Cite sources.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. And that's exactly what they're doing. I was like, oh, okay. TJ, you have the floor. Okay. I like playing in the sandbox.
Oh, I thought we were okay.
I like playing in the sandbox when I learn stuff. I was like, wait a minute.
Love it.
Yeah, I just thought, like, since we're talking about it, here's a picture. And that I didn't get that from any place. I didn't use any. I said, a woman, yoga, you just do certain things and it comes up. So, and you got to keep going until you get the right thing.
Right. And it was good. She talked and everything.
I love that. That's where it's going. People, that's where it's going. You gotta learn it. All right, so this week on social media news and updates, let's start with YouTube. YouTube has an announcement. They now have 125 million music and premium subscribers. They've hit their latest subscriber milestone, 125 million people paying for YouTube Music and YouTube Premium tiers. And of course, the premium includes YouTube Music. It's up from 100 million at the start of February 2024. That was the last time that YouTube announced that they, here's a milestone. They're saying the numbers include people who are on the limited free trials of the services. And here's a quote: "This momentum is critical to our goal of becoming the number one contributor of revenue to the industry, and we won't stop until we get there." That is one of the YouTube people. And YouTube is chasing Spotify. That's why they're so, hey, we did this. What else is there?
Oh, they're for music purposes. I was like,
yeah, for music.
Yeah, when I think of YouTube, I don't necessarily think of music.
I don't either.
Right. But there are a lot of people that do. So, you know.
I get a lot of
Right.
my music from YouTube, but
Okay. There you go. And remember, YouTube has that premium light that they're trying to pass out. I think we talked about it. It was it $7.99 a month or something? I don't remember the details.
But music is not included in that, though.
Right, music is not included in that. But
I think
go ahead.
I think if they wanted to challenge Spotify, they would put that music in the light, because people, you know what I'm saying? Because most of the time when the YouTube channel is on, you're not watching it. You're kind of listening to it anyway.
Right. So
anyway.
Just because I brought up the premium light, because in the rest of the article, they were talking about what they're trying to do with premium light. So it's so the YouTube latest effort to drive paid subscription is expansion of its premium light pilot to the US. That's the tier that removes ads from most YouTube videos, but not music, like we said, or shorts. Here's the quote: "We believe that premium light can benefit our partners while giving us more choice. And in our early pilots, we saw that more light members upgraded to YouTube Premium than premium members downgraded to premium light." So there was a reason why they did the premium light. And again, YouTube is doing things, they don't have to explain their strategy, but this quote kind of, whenever they talk, they kind of, let what they're doing out the bag. So, they're trying to get more people, and they know why light members signed up versus premium, the whole premium, then premium light. So they know why. So that's YouTube. Real quick, I don't know if you were going to talk about this, Dr. Taji. I'm going to bring it up. Coachella. YouTube is testing a new watch with feature that allows creators to react and commentate over live event streams, giving viewers the experience of watching Coachella alongside your favorite creator. So the Coachella is April 11th, I think.
So I got a question. So does this mean that we can watch Mediascope or IndieSoup.tv and watch Coachella through your eyes? Meaning that I can watch it and have you commentate, Dr. Tachi?
Oh, you're asking me?
Or anybody, yeah, but because I watch it for that reason, because normally I would not watch Coachella.
So I don't. This is what I'm not sure the way it's going to work. I know with so what they debuted last year was being able to watch 4 different stages at the same time. So what it seems like is every year Coachella is, in addition to the traditional festival, they're trying to make inroads with technology. And so you were able to, Coachella has, 5 or 6 stages. So you can, and they're all simultaneous. So when you go to YouTube, you could pick the one you want to watch, but you could also select the option so that you could see 4 different stages at one time and select the stages you want to see. So I don't know how this is going to work.
All right, I tapped something and it went to YouTube. Just a little bit more about it. I think YouTube is going to choose the creators. It's not like everybody gets it.
Oh yeah, no, we're chopped liver. You thought they were going to us?
It says starting April 11th, the Coachella streams will be available on Creators Channel across mobile, desktop, and TV. Though YouTube hasn't announced which creators or performances will be available yet, so it's not going to be like everything. This is the watch with feature, not what Dr. Tati is saying. This is a watch with feature. The watch with, you get everybody watching, they comment. Does everybody know that, the watch with feature?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're doing that with Coachella, but what Dr. Tati is saying is you could watch Coachella on the Coachella channel.
Right.
YouTube is trying to give creators a way to do a community watch, and trying to remember, there was something called Rabbit. Anybody remember the Rabbit? There's a lot of things now where you can send a link to people and watch together.
Right, because
Like,
they still have that. Yes. What
it was
was it one? Because they had it on Facebook where
yeah.
you could watch parties.
Yeah, watch party.
Oh, the
watch
watch parties.
together.
Yes, yes,
There was
yes.
but there was a lot. There still are some third party software that allows you to watch anything with a link on a web browser.
Okay.
I think Rabbit was one, but so that's when I hear this watch with, that's what I think of. But it's within YouTube. But YouTube is controlling this Coachella event. The
Okay.
watch with Coachella, because you can watch Coachella on the channel. That's not that. This is just a group effort where people are chatting. I'm assuming like watch party. That's like a separate kind of thing. So they didn't really give details about it.
We want to watch it with Dr. Tachi.
Put in your bid and
put in your bid. Okay, so just one more thing from YouTube. They have some new creation tools coming in YouTube Shorts. They have some new features to help facilitate creators making more shorts. So you get access to an improved video editor, the ability to create AI stickers, a feature that syncs content to the beat of a song, enhanced templates, and more. So the main part of this article was because of the TikTok April 5th deadline that's coming up.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, you're closing. Tomorrow. Yes.
So who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows what those people will do? So YouTube.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to know what your thoughts are. Do you have a prediction?
I think I said before, maybe last week, I think I said they're just gonna kick the can down the road. They're just gonna the emperor will say, oh, I'm gonna give them 90 days, 30 days. It's at the whim, the whim of the
emperor with no clothes.
That
the
person.
Emperor with no, yes, I agree. The emperor with no clothes.
The emperor that wants people to kiss his ring, and everything he's doing is because he wants us to kiss his ring. So, I'm gonna give the people what they. I just hear his voice in my head, and it sickens me. But he's gonna kick the can down the road because, speaking of that, I had a little blurb about that. Where did it go? It's okay. Here we go. He says TikTok deal will come before April 5th deadline, but that's tomorrow. So Reuters had a story saying that he said that a deal with TikTok parent company ByteDance to sell the app will be finalized before the April 5th deadline. Also, here's another little fly in the ointment. Amazon is trying to make a bid to buy TikTok. So Amazon put in a last minute offer. That was the New York Times today. So they put in an offer for the app, according to 3 people familiar with the talks. And of course, the deadline is tomorrow. So what do we think is going to happen?
Just like you said before, they're going to try and sell that, but they're not going to give us the running parts to the car. It's not. Why would I sell that and give you all of that?
The CCP or whoever they call it, they have to agree to the sale.
Oh, the People's Republic of China. Oh.
Yes, the people.
Yes.
Yeah, they have to agree.
Okay, then here's the thing. He just put tariffs on them.
Yes.
So
you think this is not helping your case.
Okay.
This is not helping your case.
Is anybody familiar with the term lose face? Some countries
lose face, like yes, they had the big in the Asian countries of losing face. Japan,
yeah, they don't like that.
Yeah, they don't like that. So
and they don't forget.
Yeah, so
they don't forgive. So I wouldn't. First of all, let's be quite honest. Even though US users do constitute a large part of the population on those apps, they don't need US users.
They really don't.
There's the rest of the world. And I think that we have to sit down and be a little bit humble and realize that the world does not revolve around us. That if we say, oh, well, you can't be here, so what? You know how many other countries there are in the world that can use it?
True.
And that it's legal. Like when it went dark here, there were still other countries using it. And
Yeah,
guess
and
what? All
remember,
that's going to
India-
happen.
And India banned it, remember?
Yes.
India's
Even
banned it.
India was the first person to ban it, and then they were fine. And the US banning it, I still think they would be fine.
They'll be fine. Because guess what? People are still going to use VPNs to access it anyway. So
well, that's a word that those are acronyms that are not known to our federal government. What's a VPN?
So that's what I'm saying. So he's saying that there's gonna be a sale before tomorrow's ban.
That ain't happening unless
Who said that?
He's just gonna come out and say, "Oh, I absolve you another 90 days." You know, he's gonna come out something to make him look like a rose. He's
Tang
gonna come out
Delulu.
like a rose, okay? And he needs it. Just saying. So
well, I think this purposeful chaos is so that he can come in and save the day and win friends. And
that's what it's about. Love me, you going to love me. That's what he wants.
This is because this is tech. This is like the people who sell you the antivirus software
and give you the
after
virus.
they put the virus on your
yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
yes.
We're in the hands of someone, who is whatever term you want to use, but they want to be loved, and they'll do things. Oh, if I do this, they will love me. Oh, if I do this, they will come to me and kiss my ring. Oh, whatever. We're in a fight. What is it? Fiefdom.
We are in uncharted waters.
He wants businesses to come and kiss his ring, and he wants universities to come kiss his ring. That's why he does all of these things. It's to get us. We have no choice, and that's how it was in the olden days when they had a liege lord, and you had to go. And
it's a good thing I wasn't born back in them days, because I'd have been dead a long time ago.
You gotta go and you gotta pledge your loyalty to the Lord of the manor, and I'm laughing, but that's what he wants. That's the emperor, liege lord, whatever term, king, whatever you want to call it. That's what he wants. And people, I saw a video today, and they were like, "Oh, this doesn't make economic sense." None of it makes any sense. He's doing it because it's all to drive us to bend the knee. Game of Thrones, you got to bend the knee. So that's what he wants.
I revolt. Okay.
That's what he wants. So TikTok, I don't see it going anywhere. It's a tool. It's a toy for him to play with in our face, or not ours, because I could take it or leave it. The people that are crying about TikTok. Oh, I can play with them. It's a cat and a mouse, and whatever terminology we want to use. That's what he's doing. It's game playing, and I'm sick of it.
It's like when your little brother or sister, they go like, here, they take your stuff and they go here and keep
keep moving it.
It's all childish stuff. And I'm like, I gotta even see his name or talk about him or think about him, but this is where we are.
Yeah.
I hate it. But that's what's going on with TikTok a little bit. And let me throw in a little bit of TikTok. They are doing some music stuff. Music seems to be a big draw here. With all of the apps, because of the TikTok music connection. Here we go. So TikTok has launched a new TikTok for Artists platform. So TikTok, everybody else is turning to music. TikTok is turning to artists.
Okay.
So they wanted this. It's a platform designed to help artists build their careers, and it will provide artists with tools to promote their songs. Artists and songs. I was thinking artists and art, but this is songs. So it's being tested in Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Korea, and Indonesia. They're testing it there, and they want to roll it out wider. That's why I said they got somebody's telling them they're gonna be around. Because why make all of these kind of new this and new that? They're not battening the hatches and packing up to leave.
Because normally, wouldn't people they test it out somewhere in the U.S. and then branch it out? The other companies, they normally test here in the U.S. and then put them out,
right,
and roll it out other way.
So,
but they're not doing that
right
with this. They're testing other places, and the U.S. may not get it because they don't know if
they don't know.
In the
so
US.
it's all
they
up in the air. So they have a TikTok for Artists website. So on this website, artists will be able to use the platform to create campaigns for their upcoming releases, promote them on TikTok. They can launch engagement and monetization campaigns. They're saying such as album campaigns to drive pre-sales on Spotify and Apple Music or exclusive merch drops. They will also get access to analytics to see how well their posts and songs are doing. They'll be able to learn more about their fans, where what countries they're from, and all that other stuff. So they're saying also artists can highlight fan videos and build their community through the platform. There will be a music tab, fan spotlight section of an artist profile. And TikTok plans to share more about this platform in the coming weeks. So this is what they're working on. So they're making this TikTok for Artists site. And this just sounds to me like what came before Facebook? Tom. What's his name? That everybody,
what's the name of the MySpace?
Yeah, MySpace. So now MySpace is transitioned for musicians, right? So now
it was always for musicians. Right. We just all got on it.
Right. Yeah. So now TikTok is trying to, okay, well, we're going to be music space. I mean, MySpace.
Well, they're going back to their roots because they started as Musically.
Right.
They did. Right. They did. They were Musically. They were not whatever they are now.
Right. So free fall of. I watched some videos this week and I was like, I don't know how I got down this rabbit hole, and I was like, I got to get out of it. Because there's a thing with regional creators. And I was trying to think about how to brand it, but there are creators on TikTok that are regional, like they're only known in, say, Alabama, Louisiana, like regional. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say?
I love that though. I love the hyper local.
I love that too, because I was like, well, how are these people famous in this area? But I'm in another area. I've never heard of them, but they're all over TikTok, and they're creators making money. And with the link in bio, and they're doing lives, and they're getting sponsorships, but it's regional. It's like that area, like it's it could be Memphis, Tennessee, in that area, and they're famous in that area. But if you're in California, you don't know about them, and it's really entertaining stuff. And I got dragged into. One was talking about the other, so then I had to go find the other creator. The woman who has her two daughters are autistic or something, but they're grown, and she's documenting her life where she had to take care of them, and she's taking them to the doctor, and she's going to Disney, and she's going to Dollywood, and and I got stuck into this thing. I'm like, how in the world did I get stuck into this TikTok world? It's so addictive like that. And I was fascinated because I'm not going to TikTok looking for, okay, show me a middle-aged woman who's a crossing guard who has two adult daughters, that are neurodivergent, and she's constantly filming and going live, but then people are telling her that she's horrible. And I just got sucked into it. So I see why the TikTok thing is where people are so like, give me my TikTok. And everybody else is like, if you haven't gone on and gotten sucked into the squirrel, I watched this lady with the squirrel or this or that, you don't understand what's going on. So I just bring it up because I'm like, I got caught up in it because I'm like, I'm not on TikTok like that, but I went to look for something.
Yeah.
Got sucked in this vortex
You
of
have to be careful.
regional creator. And and it's like they're famous in their region. Like
I love that. I think, this leans into the whole thing with news.
yeah,
And where you look at, for example, news, the news and the things that matter generally tend to be within your own backyard to
yes,
people.
yes,
That's a blessing and a curse, but
yes.
it tends to matter. So people like things that are hyper local when it comes to news, when it comes to events, etc. And I think that offers a real opportunity for people who want to monetize with people in their area. So
Yes.
it's like, all right, you may not have been able to do anything here you have Rick Case Honda, that's a car
Right.
dealership.
Right.
You may not have wanted to partner with anybody that's an influencer on TikTok before, but
Right.
now that you have things that are hyper local, I can actually reach people that would be likely to buy
And
from
that
my
makes
car
sense
dealership.
because you can use that
So,
community because they're regional. And I love that you brought it up about a dealership. That would be perfect because I was like, you regional fame, you're famous in this region and people watching your live, thousands of people and following and doing your things. A local business would want to do that instead of going with, I need a Kim Kardashian. I'm just throwing it out there, like a global influencer.
because
Right.
those influencers are unattainable for the average person.
Yes.
But Joe Black, who's known regionally or locally, that's someone that we could actually probably, hey, we'd also like you to come in and do an event with us here. So I can't tell you how much I love that regional and hyper local
fell
focus.
into it, and then because I saw the woman with her two grown daughters, that they had a video where she went to the prom because she's in the program for special needs, and they had a prom for all the people. But then there was, I guess I stopped because I was like, I'm getting sucked in. A local hairstylist.
Yeah.
And he had so many videos about him because he did the makeup and hair for her. So he, because they had a nice dress and they put a wig and did the make. She looked very nice, and she went to the prom with her mom and so, but they were talking about this one person. I was like, well, who is he? So then I looked at, and then there's tags in the comments. People are tagging people, so you don't have to search. You just tap on it. I'm telling you, this thing it's like a vacuum. So I tapped on the name of the hairstylist, and I got sucked into his world because he's some kind of influencer regionally. Like everybody knows. I think his name was Jonathan Wright. Like Jonathan Wright. I'm like,
okay.
Jonathan Wright. But I got sucked in because people will tag Jonathan or this lady, or they will tag them in the comments. And then they were tagging people that are doing local gossip. Then I got sucked into somebody that does local gossip, and they only talk about. I had to stop myself. I was getting too deep in the woods, but I'm just bringing that up because there's a regional influencer core thing that's happening. I know Dr. Tachi sees it. Like, you don't have to be, I got to be Kim Kardashian to be an influencer. You just have to have a regional connection. And then you use that locally to connect with a business, with a dry cleaner, with a bakery, with a landscaper, with a realtor, with a auto dealership, and you make money like that. Because I was thinking, like, the lady that is, with the grown children, that she has to do things to get extra income because she's a crossing guard, so she's not making a bunch of money,
right?
And she's a certain age. So what do you do? Oh, she was like, and I could tell that she loves to do it because she was just talking to walk through the house and showing things, and they went to the doctor. I thought that was really fascinating. I'm like, I'm sitting here watching this lady take her two daughters to the doctor, but it was just the interaction of everything that was happening because they're neurodivergent. And the interaction, but I got sucked in because people were, saying negative things about her, like, why is she doing this? And I just to me, human behavior is fascinating. I just love to see how people are thinking. But that just got me down the road of what's going on with TikTok. So
okay.
if TikTok goes away, these type of creators are I mean, how are they going to pivot? Can they pivot to shorts? Can they pivot to reels? Can they should they go to Lemonade? Should they go to, I think, Clapper? All these things are questions in my head. So sorry, I just got stuck in it and was like, oh my God, TikTok. If you don't use it, you don't understand, because you're standing outside the circle, you don't understand why. But now I stood inside for a minute and was like, okay, now I see why people are like really hanging on to it, because it is income for some people regionally.
Yeah, I mean, if you've ever taken some time to watch, you know, you go to your, not even just your For You, but if you've curated it this way, you can. But what's going on? If you look, there is QVC-HSN going on there.
Yes.
So simultaneously with the content for learning, with content for authors, with all those different things, you've got sales, live sales happening.
Yes.
I'm just amazed.
That was, thank you for saying that. That was me. I was amazed because I'm like, my daughter uses TikTok. She, you know, she looks at cat, you know, little innocent stuff. But I was like, I don't really look at it like that. I got too much stuff in my brain already. And if you're paying attention to the news, that stuff is taking up your mind. So I was like, I don't need to investigate TikTok, but it's a world. And I was fascinated by it. I look at it from, like I said, this older woman needs to supplement her income. And we talked about the other gentleman last 2 weeks ago about the 70-year-old advertising copywriter who's only making $17 a week an hour at the deli. He's not happy. I clicked on that because he's not happy. See, that's the part. If he was happy working at the deli, I would not say anything. But he's unhappy. And I'm like, there's a way out. So TikTok is the way.
$17 an hour? The bodega cats make more than he does.
But he's unhappy because he can't find the advertising copywriter job of his level, his caliber, which of course 40 years of experience.
Yeah.
You have to focus and pivot and say, where are my customers? They're on social media. How do I attract them? Okay, how do I attract them? So he needs to go down that track, but he's unhappy. So he's looking at why they don't hire him. Why doesn't a company hire him?
He needs to hire himself. If you have 40 years of experience, why are you clamoring after somebody else? You should be running your own company.
It's a mindset because of his age. It's a mindset of I must have a 9-to-5 and go to an office job, where Gen Z, that's why I love to talk about it. Gen Z is showing the way of you don't have to do that. They get on TikTok, they get on Reels, they get on Shorts, and they do it. They just let it go. So that's why I always look at this stuff. I always look at this stuff from that eye of creator economy. That's where things are going. You got to use the tool in front of you. You don't have to like it. See, this is the thing. A lot of people go, oh, I don't like it because the kids are on it, or something bad happened, or this or that. I'm like, if you're talking about income, not even business, I'm going to stop using that business term. Income, this is your path. As long as you have the information, the experience, which he does, and get over the fact that you gotta love it. Just, it's a tool. Do you love a hammer?
Okay.
Do you love a screwdriver? No, but these are the things that allow you to hang a picture that is beautiful in your home. See? So a lot of people need to start thinking about it. I just got off on a tangent, sorry, because of the TikTok stuff.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
So
it's all good.
These are things I'm thinking in the back of my mind. I got to talk about regional content creators, and that was one of the things. All right, so I got a few more. Let's talk about WhatsApp. Again, music. Music is like some kind of theme now. WhatsApp is adding music for status updates. Yeah. So WhatsApp has officially launched its new music option for status updates, which will enable users to share popular music clips to accompany their story-like updates. Don't you just love it? Don't you love it? You'll be able to add a soundtrack to your personal updates via status posts. Here's the explanation from Meta. When creating a status, you'll now see a music note icon at the top of your screen. Tap it and you'll unlock a library of songs to pick from, whether it's today's top hit, something new, earworm, whatever. Choose the exact part of the song that fits your moment, up to 15 seconds for a photo and up to 60 seconds for a video. So, WhatsApp is getting into, oh, you're gonna you share a music snippet with your status update. So Meta is trying to, again, this ties into TikTok and the musification of content. So here's Meta, here's Shorts, everything to get you to use it more. Why? Ads. So they're saying WhatsApp is the most popular messaging app in the world. It's been gaining momentum in the US. This is another way for Meta to tap into the engagement and interaction around music and apps. They're just talking the same thing that I'm saying, that it's competition, like from TikTok, a replacement in case it goes away. They're hedging their bets. All of these apps are hedging their bets.
Hedge your bets.
Hedging your bets. So it's like, and again, we don't know where TikTok is going. Is it going to stay? Is it going to go? What happens if it goes, and where will people go? Nobody knows. It's up in the air. So they're like, well, we're going to set our plate out at the table of Meta or whoever in case you guys stop by. We got your plate here. Come on, sit down and eat. We got what you want. Come on over. All right, so one more from Meta. Instagram, the Instagram CEO says edit apps is coming soon. Remember they're making the separate edit apps to compete with CapCut.
Yes.
So he's, they're putting the little teasers out and saying, oh, it's going to be available. So he said it's really close to being available. Should be available within the next couple of weeks. A select group of creators are now currently beta testing the app, and they want to have a simple initial simple version shortly. Here's the quote: edits will be free. There was discussion about the price. So he says edits will be free. I think over time, we might have some paid features where we're going to need to cover costs of things like compute for big AI features. But in general, we want to create as many features that are free as possible, because the more people can create, the more they will create, the better Instagram will be, and the more we all will benefit, i.e. you're using the app, you're on the app, we got you flying the ointment, and we got you captured, so we're going to show you some ads.
Okay.
That's what that is. He's saying, oh, everybody's going to benefit. Everybody's going to eat. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay. We'll go with that one for now.
Yeah. So everybody's going to eat. So they're saying it's free, but get ready for some paid add-ons. And let me see. Let me make sure that's it. YouTube. Okay, yeah, and just a little quick one from Amazon. Amazon is launching a new AI model called Nova Act. Nova, Nova Act, ACT, which is designed to perform tasks like online shopping in your browser. Right now, it's only available to developers in a research preview, but Amazon is testing this because Amazon is getting into Amazon Plus, which they're going to have their own AI model similar to ChatGPT and everything else. Remember that the A device, we talked about that. You cannot turn you could turn off the listening. Now you can't turn it off because Amazon needs data. So they're saying Act can carry out web searches, make purchases, or answer questions about what's on the screen, including the option to perform tasks on a schedule. It can also recognize more detailed instructions, such as telling it, don't accept the insurance upsell while making a purchase. That's one of the examples. You can voice command. Act is currently only accessible to developers, but Amazon says it's already being put to use carrying out some online tasks in the upgraded Alexa Plus assistant. And yeah, okay. I was like, did she wake up? Act is the first product to be released by Amazon's Artificial General Intelligence Labs. That's their section where they're, doing all the AI stuff. So their dream is for agents to perform wide-ranging, complex, multi-step tasks like organizing a wedding or handling complex IT tasks to increase business productivity. So they have a long-term goal with their AI. So that's what Amazon is working on. Amazon is not just shopping anymore. They're entering into this AI world of bots and assistants and tools to make your life as a consumer easier. And go ahead.
Well, to the point of shopping in Amazon, I think this was one of the major reasons that Amazon is looking to throw their hat into the ring for the purchase of TikTok. Because TikTok Shop is a competitor of Amazon.
Of course.
So if you own that, you own all that real estate and the people that come with it. So it's interesting that you bring that up, because I think this is another reason they're interested in Amazon. Because my thing is, it cannot be, it's the data and the shopping aspect, because it cannot be for the app aspect. You just got finished closing some apps that are social, like the social audio apps. So you just got finished doing that. So you're not interested from the app perspective of the use case. You want the data, and you also want the shopping.
It's all the data. It's all the data. That's what Amazon wants, the data. They want, okay, you've already built it. We'll just buy it and absorb internally.
Absorb it into, exactly. So it will and so what happens is those separate things start to go away. And so everything that, TikTok Shop, it just starts to become absorbed into Amazon. The same way you can go to a Whole Foods now and use it, because Amazon owns
Fresh,
Whole Foods.
Amazon Fresh.
So Amazon Fresh, everything is just one ecosystem.
Yes.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and Amazon knows that the younger crowd, we always talk about the younger crowd, Gen Z, those are the eyes that they want. And where are they? They're on TikTok. So to buy it would be absorb it. Again, like I said, where do people go? And people, meaning Gen Z, where will they go? They don't want to go to Facebook. They will never go to Facebook, because that's where grandma hangs out. We're not going there. So it's interesting. I'll say that. So this is an interesting world. We're in an interesting world everywhere. Financially, government, politics, socially, social media, internet, everywhere. So
help us.
And that's what I have for you this week.
Da-da-da.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, we are going to bring you up, Dr. Tachi.
Okay.
To the stage. Thank you so much, TJ. It was a lot.
Welcome. And
it was good stuff.
I gotta run. I'll be back. I just gotta mute.
Okay. We'll be here. But I'll try not to hold us too long that well, we like to respect folks. But so going off of it's interesting, because I have some stories that kind of are in tandem with what was brought up. So Terry brought up, or TJ brought up, you're Terry, she's Terry. So TJ. So TJ brought up Coachella, and I just wanted to talk about some of the things that are happening. Coachella is next week, is because it's the 11th it starts. And I have some NAB news, National Association of Broadcasters, because that starts tomorrow. So there some pre stuff today, and I'm getting remorseful, because I wish I was there, but I'm like, okay, I can't be there because I have so much stuff I have to do. But next year for sure I'm going to be there, and I got so many invitations to things like there are. I can't remember the company, but it's like a video company. They're doing like an invite only event. With dinner and everything, and they invited me, and I'm like, I can't oh, I'm not going to be there. But I let them know, thank you so much. Please keep me on the list for next year. So
Yes.
it's like, even though because I registered as press, the moment you register as press at all in the past, you get a whole bunch of stuff and you get all these invites. So I'm taking advantage of that next year, believe me. So, and by the way, there's also an NAB show in New York. Now, it's nowhere near as big as Vegas because it's in the Jacob Javits Center. But if you're in, the New York area, you could get there quickly. That usually happens in December. So,
Yes.
no, sorry, November. So if you're there, it is something to see, and you can get some pre information prior to the large NAB show in Vegas. So. Okay, so let's talk about Coachella a little bit. She talked a little bit about the watch with that is going to happen. And they're also bringing back the multi-view, where you can watch up to 4 live stages simultaneously on your TV through the YouTube app. And that means that you can also control the audio on this as well. You can toggle between feeds, and you can catch all your favorite performances because they have a lot of people coming, and I'm going to talk about some of the people that will be there. Okay. They also are doing vertical live streams, and this is going to bring more, live music into the mix, as they say. Because you'll see it on the YouTube Shorts feed. So now if you ever look at the YouTube Shorts feed, you will see some live video, right? It's the vertical video. And so you'll be scrolling, you're like, oh, somebody's live. So if you ever want to appear in the YouTube Shorts feed, do vertical video and on YouTube, and it will pick it up and you'll be in the Shorts feed. And that actually is a cool thing because lots of people watch shorts. So if they come upon you in the Shorts feed, so that's where we're going to see the vertical video for Coachella. It will be in the Shorts feed. Also, merchandise. You'll be able to buy merch through YouTube shopping. And this is a really easy way for you to get festival merch, especially if you're not there. Because listen, there's no way I ever intend to go stand in the middle of the desert for Coachella. I'll watch it from the comfort of my home.
Yes.
On the television.
I can't imagine the heat and the dust and
Yes, and then not to be TMI, but I already don't like public restrooms. So I'm not liking the idea of using public restrooms in the middle of the desert. No, thank you. So, but I do have some friends, some sorors who, like a few years ago when Beyonce was the headliner for the 2 weeks, because Coachella is over 2 weeks. I have some sorors who went to the middle of the desert and they rented I forgot the name of the town that Coachella is in. It's in the Coachella Valley, but the town, I forgot the name of it. But everybody has Airbnbs and things for rent. So they rented this really nice house. And it was, I'm like, I would just stay in the house and find some little art galleries and things to do and watch Coachella on TV. Now, I think that would be cool to use the YouTube app to watch Coachella from Coachella. But I mean, I guess if the thing is for you to be there, okay, whatever. So in any case, they're also doing something called lifestyle live stream. And so they're giving creators unique access to the festival grounds, and they're going to get a glimpse of the Coachella experience off stage, and we'll get to see that as well. So they will stream from Coachella to their YouTube channels, these creators, and they're going to offer subscribers a behind the scenes look at the action, right? So if you are subscribed to I don't know who's doing that. I need to find out. But if you are subscribed to any of these creators, you'll be able to get behind the scenes access to what's happening at Coachella. So that would be things like artist interviews, commentary around the grounds of Coachella, and lots of stuff from the creator's point of view. And they're also providing playlists, Coachella playlists on YouTube Music. So you talked about YouTube Music. One of the way of drawing people in is by giving these exclusive types of things. So they're going to have playlists on YouTube Music across all sorts of genres. Hip hop, electronic, and electronic music tends to be really big at Coachella. And new this year, they say playlists, rolling stage playlists that are
Okay.
rolling out in the countdown to the festival. So they
Okay.
have these stage playlists that are up now. So if you're interested, those are the new things that they're rolling out to Coachella. And I also, TJ, while you were gone, talked about again the watch with that you talked about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So,
Go ahead.
it's
in Indio, California.
Indio, yes. I couldn't
Indio.
remember the. Yep, Indio,
That's
California.
what it says.
Thank you.
Because I didn't know. I
Thank
was like,
you.
"Ooh, where is it?"
Mhm.
Yeah, it's in the Coachella Valley. And I
Right.
could never remember the name, but it is Indio,
Oh, it's
California.
really a Coachella Valley. I thought that
Yeah,
was the
yeah, yeah.
name that they made up.
No,
Good
it's
to
a
know.
Coachella Valley.
Good
Yeah,
to know.
the Coachella Valley.
Good
So
to know.
they have now, it's 2 weeks, 2 weekends, I should say, starting April 11th, and then it will be the following Friday as well,
Okay.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday as well. So you get 2 weeks of watching it. And so I just want to give some of the people that will be there. So as I'm looking, because I always like to scroll, and honestly, I find some decent artists through Coachella, artists that
Mhm.
I had never heard of before.
Okay.
That I'm like, if I'm digging them, I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me put them on my Spotify playlist,
Right.
this song. So I found quite a few artists that I like through Coachella. But some of these people, I'm like, I don't know who the hell you are.
Exactly.
But I guess I
I'm
will
like,
find out when I
Oh.
watch.
I
So,
don't
but there
know.
are some people that we do know, and I'm going to let you know here. Let's see. I don't know who Disco Dom is, but he looks
Ooh.
interesting. Disco Dom. Green
Okay.
Day is going to be there.
Oh, okay.
So Green Day is there, and I actually like Green Day.
Yeah.
Let's see. We also have, I know Japanese Breakfast. I don't know if you know, but
No, I don't know that.
Japanese Breakfast will be there. I
Okay.
am a huge fan of house, and I do like some electronic music. So Cascade is going to be
Mhm.
there. He's a DJ, and Idris Elba. If you don't know,
Oh yeah, yes, because he's a yeah, he does.
he is a DJ. He does
DJ'd,
electronic music.
Prince Harry's wedding, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
He did.
Yeah. So Idris Elba is huge into electronic music, and he is a serious DJ. So
Yeah,
Cascade
seriously.
and
Mhm.
Idris will be
Mhm.
together. Let's see. Also,
He is
Megan the
big.
Stallion,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I've
Miss
heard her.
Missy Elliott will be there. Love some
Mhm.
Missy Elliott. Now, Mustard, you know DJ Mustard. Yeah,
Mustard.
Mustard. Exactly. So he's going to be there. And of course, after being on stage and be in the song and
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar,
Yeah.
you knew they were going to get him. So
And
Mustard
it's
will be
real
there.
quick, real funny. I've heard of Mustard before this years ago because I was like, who calls himself Mustard?
Hmm.
And now look at him now. Later, he's like Mustard. Like, because I remember hearing about a kid Mustard. I was like, why are you calling yourself Mustard, kid? Now
It's
I
working.
never heard of him until the song.
I did. I've heard of him, like the name. I was like, well, who in the world? Because the younger crew. I won't call them kids. The younger crew have all of these weird names. Like I don't, and I just remember
Exactly.
hearing about Mustard. I was like, what's next? Ketchup? Where's
But
ketchup?
exactly.
Ketchup!
Barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce.
Mayonnaise!
Dijon mustard. That's what we have now. That's what we have. But I remember hearing
Whoa, that's
about
all right.
him. And I was like, oh my God, that's the mustard that I was like making fun of. And look
And
look
he's
where he is
making
now.
bank.
But he
Is
has a
that
work
why, as we
ethic.
make fun, he's making bank.
He has a work ethic. Real quick story about Mustard. He was sending Kendrick Lamar beats. He would just send him beats all the time. He didn't hear anything from him. He would just send him beats. And that's a work ethic of I love what I do, so I make beats and I send them to Kendrick Lamar. And Kendrick didn't even tell him he was going to use the beat for Not Like Us. He just did it. So it's a work ethic of the DJ making music because he loves to make music and sending the music and not hearing not hearing back as not a response but a validation and confirmation. Just like I talk about the real estate guy that did it for 10 years and he finally sold in New York, but we're talking millions, tens of millions of dollars an apartment. So it's just work ethic of it that got him where he is. And then he has a catchy name, so
Exactly, exactly. So
I
some of
love
the
it.
other people that are going to be there. Now, I don't know if you are into Afro beats at all, and you
Mhm.
know Fela Kuti. So his son Sheun Kuti and Egypt 80 will be there, and I would love to see that. So I'll be
Okay.
watching that definitely. So those are some. T-Pain is going to be there. I'm not
Okay.
surprised. The Go-Go's are going to be
T-Pain
there.
can sing.
Yeah, T-Pain has a
He can
beautiful
sing. He
voice.
has a very lovely voice. Yeah.
Beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 6 Mafia is gonna be
Really?
there too. So
Where
yeah,
did
Ty Dolla Sign is gonna be there. Travis Scott will be
where
is
did they dig up Three
performing.
Six Mafia from? Oh,
I don't know.
let me stop.
But you and guess what? If you've got not that kids will be out there, but Yo Gabba Gabba will be out there.
Yo,
Really?
So
yo, yabba dabba.
So this is the interesting thing. They really have Yo Gabba Gabba has a cult following, and if you've
Get
ever
out.
watched the show, they
Yeah.
have had a lot of people. Like they've had Thundercat, one of my favorite artists. So they've had
Really?
Thundercat on there. They've had a lot of different artists that will make up songs, you know, on
I
Yo
have
Gabba
not
Gabba.
heard the
So
words Yo Gabba Gabba in a
Oh,
while. It's like,
Yo
okay.
Gabba Gabba is going to be there.
really?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be fun, and you don't
Yo
have to
Gabba Gabba.
spend all this money to get to the desert. You don't have to stay in Indio, California, and you don't have to stand in the middle of the desert. You can simply watch this on YouTube, and the experience is going to be great. So, especially if you have
Wow.
a big screen TV, um, I'm sure that it will be like you're there. So that's what's happening there. I
Well,
also wanted to give you some other things.
mhm.
NAB show, folks, is happening starting today is kind of like the but tomorrow it really starts full in. So they have a lot of different things happening. Hold on, let me find
The, the agenda.
the article, because what I did is did I click this off by mistake? Oh, no, it's here. Okay. So there's a really there's some outlets that I'm really digging that you guys should get into if you're into this stuff. So No Film School is one, and they have a whole bunch of resources for you all that want to do film type stuff but don't want to pay to go to film school. So nofilmschool.com is a great resource. So they
Mhm.
actually covered what's going to be at NAB, and so there's some things that are here. So there's new cameras, as always, premiering at NAB. So we can expect to hear news from the legacy makers like Canon, like Panasonic, Sony, Nikon, Fujifilm, Blackmagic, and more. So what I want to try and do is, like, I wasn't able to ascertain if there were going to be any live streams. Generally, like when I'm there, I usually go live and show things, but I wasn't able to ascertain if there were any like official live streams from NAB happening. I will see. I don't even know if they have a YouTube channel, to be honest, but I need to look and see. And yeah, they do. They do have a YouTube channel, NAB show. And so there'll be lots of lenses and lights and filmmaking gear that are new. So some of it will be stuff that you can find at your local Best Buy. Some of it will be stuff that you would order directly, so you can be on the lookout for that. And also lots of new and emerging technology. Okay, so again, stuff is kind of like under wraps, so that can be like, bam, it's a big deal when you debut at the NAB show. But I will, like, next week do a recap of what happened at the NAB show so that we have more. But this is just a precursor of sort of the things to expect from the NAB show. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, you talked about Amazon. I'm going to talk about Amazon and some things that are happening with 007. They are in the midst of shooting the next 007. And if you did not know, yes, Amazon owns MGM, acquired MGM, and MGM, yes. So MGM has the 007 franchise, right? So it's because it's called Amazon MGM. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I did not.
Yes. So that's why when you're wondering why is this show doing this? Look who owns it, and that will give you the answers.
Okay.
So they're trying to do a fresh new James Bond movie, and they're shooting right now in London. So we don't know who the next actor is going to be to play 007. You know, I always throw my hat in the ring for Idris Elba. I think he would be an amazing
Me too.
007.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you all think of anybody else? Are there other people you would want to see play James Bond?
There's an English actor. I can't remember his name, but he was on Emily in Paris. I think he. If you're going younger, because I always look at younger because there's growth, more growth. Not to say Idris is old. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you always look at young because then they can do more films.
More sequels.
I cannot remember his name. He was in
I know who you're talking
Paris.
about. He was on Emily in Paris. I'm trying because it stands out because everybody else was like,
yeah,
French.
he was he was the character from English, blah, 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 whatever. But I think he would be good. He would be a good
Blue Eyes.
Yes.
He also played in
Blue Eyes.
Yes.
Let me see if I can find him real quick. I'm gonna pull up my IMDb. I think he would be good.
He would be really good. Yeah. And if you're skewing younger, I would say yes, definitely.
Yes, if they were doing younger.
And it's interesting to see because I've never seen him do anything other than that type of stuff, right?
Right. And he could, if he got the chops, which I think he might have, he could stretch. He could stretch out and.
Because you have to be very physically active.
He's got
to
the
be
look
007.
of it. He's got the look of it.
Well, Fran,
does he have the height though?
No, he doesn't have the height. But see, that's one negative. But does James Bond have to be this tall guy? Can he be?
Well, if we look at Mission Impossible and
right,
no, he's not short.
Right, Tom Cruise. He's Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is
a little tall. Lucien Laviscount.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Okay.
Lucien Laviscount. That's his name. Alfie played Alfie.
Alfie, yes, he played Alfie.
If you go to IMDb or Google him or whatever, let me see if I can. Why you keep talking? I'll bring it up.
Answer.
I'll put it on the. I'll put it on the screen.
So Fran, I guess you're hearing that we don't know yet who is going to be 007. They're still, or maybe they know and they're just not telling us. So
they might not. I don't think that they know who it is. They're just not telling us.
Yeah, they're just not telling us. So we don't know who that's going to be. So
let me bring it up real quick. So see who. Here we go.
Okay.
That's Lucy.
Yes. Yes. That look at the teeth. That is a 007 if I've ever seen.
Yes. It right. If you're skewing young. If you're doing younger. So he's done some things and so there's the pictures. So that's a little too young, but I like that picture. But I like this photo of him. This photo, it's like, okay, James Bond. Kinda baby Bond, if you want to call it.
Baby Bond.
Like if they did a prequel. Because who wouldn't want to know how James Bond becomes Bond? He didn't exactly. He wasn't born Bond, and he was baby Bond.
Exactly.
You could be writing. Let me go to ChatGPT and write my treatment.
So yeah, there we go. I mean, and that would work. You just have to stave off the haters. But anyway,
Bond. He could play baby Bond.
He could. So that's what's happening there. By the way, there's another publication I want to bring your attention to that if you're interested in this type of stuff is good. It's called Boardroom, and it covers all sorts of things, sports and all of that. And I don't know how I happened upon it, but it's excellent. it just gives you so much. So check out Boardroom if you're interested in media, sports, and this type of thing. So they had an article that is very interesting, and they were talking about the YouTube to TV pipeline, and they're dubbing this as the new era of content creation. Okay. So all we have to do is look at, they're talking about, remember last week I talked about Pop the Balloon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're looking at that's right. So Pop the Balloon is a series from YouTube that YouTubers make, and it has been acquired by Netflix, and it will be on Netflix. It's Pop the Balloon live. So they're actually going to do it live. And then so we look at Cobra Kai, right, which is YouTube forward. Look at Insecure, which started off as Awkward Black Girl on YouTube. So there's this legacy, albeit short, but a legacy of things that are being produced on YouTube that get attention to places like Netflix. Now, that's a good thing. And I always say this, I'm like, I don't know why you're going directly to the store. You have to show that you can manage a cast, that you can manage a budget, that you have a good story, because in this day and age, especially, people are not going to be throwing money into a void or into the dark. They need to see proof of concept. And when you produce something on YouTube, you've got proof of concept, right? So I've been saying this forever. So, and here's the thing, this also, it's not just good for the creator, that is also giving places like Netflix fresh content as well, because people are looking to the YouTubes, the TikToks, and that type of thing for content, right? They're not going to just look at traditional TV or even streaming. They're like, okay, that's there, but I know I can count on this being here every week from my favorite creators. So they're taking heed and, somewhat to that. So, again, last week they announced that Pop the Balloon dating series will be hosted by Yvonne Orji from Insecure, right? And so now they're asking the question, are streaming services, things like YouTube, becoming the go-to destination for creators that are looking to expand their audience? Now, here's what they offer, and I'd love to know what you all think about this. Once you get picked up by a streamer like a YouTube, not a YouTube, sorry, a Netflix, etc., you then have a budget to work with, right? And it's a budget bigger than what you probably were working with to produce things on YouTube. YouTube is not necessary. They're not really producing original content. They stepped away from that, right? Stepped away from producing original content. So it's now on the creator. So you're really left with raising the funds to do what you want to do if it's something bigger. But if you get picked up by an entity like a Netflix, you're going to get some budget to do things in a certain way. So I just want to know for you all what you think about that. Do you think that Netflix, it's a good thing, but do you think that Netflix in and of itself can be a major platform without creators needing to, I want to get on Netflix originally, just as a point of talking?
Well, I've said constantly how much I like YouTube, because there's the potential there. And I always talk about the creators that I want to see, like the Black Lady sketch show. Like, there's a place for that content. It may not be on, let's take it to Max, or let's take it to, you know what I'm saying? The YouTube platform is there for content. It's called YouTube. It's YouTube. YouTube realized that long ago, and that's why they have pushed their YouTube TV app on the TV. And they've shared data. I think the most recent one was like 150 million people watched YouTube on a TV. So you have a Netflix, which is okay, that's subscription based. Nothing wrong with that. But you got to look at external factors of society and administration.
Correct.
And going into recession, stagflation, whatever we're going into, people not going to have money for that Netflix. And it's not an essential. It's not a necessity. It's not air. It's not air. If it's not air, it's gone. I just thinking about that today. I said a lot of creators who have subscriptions that are high priced, high end,
They're
thousands
out.
of dollars a month. What's the first thing that gets cut?
Yeah.
Those type of things. So I was like, okay, if
That's
you're on
right.
YouTube, you're making content. A lot of people are serial series content like you would see on NBC, ABC, CBS, Max.
Mm-hmm.
And YouTube doesn't charge you to make a channel or upload.
No.
They actually pay you. YouTube pays you if you are good at what you present.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's levels of good. I'm just using that word good, but there's levels. There's Mr. Beast level, and there's that's why I'm talking about regional content. There's regional content, there's a regional audience. It's all based on audience. YouTube is giving you the tools. YouTube says, here's the buffet. Come and sit down. Oh, you can eat.
Sit.
And I'm not even charging you. I'm paying you to eat.
Exactly.
What
exactly.
better place is there to be?
Yeah.
Especially because of the creator economy that is growing billions and billions and billions of dollars, is going to get bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at Netflix, which is I gotta pay to watch. There's good stuff there. We're going into a place where people are not going to have money.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to economize. They are going to cut the fat, cut the extra. I'll do without the ice cream. Hey, no dessert, no this, no that. Bare bones, potato, meatloaf, and potato. Where am I going
that's not a world I want to live
in. Where am I going to get my content from if I cut my Netflix off, which I will do?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not in my budget right now.
Not to mention it went up.
Where am I going to go for content?
Mm-hmm.
YouTube.
Yeah, I agree, Terry.
And TikTok, because like I mentioned about the entertain. That was very entertaining for me. I learned something. I was like, okay, I'm watching this lady with the neurodivergent daughters, and I'm watching her to the doctor. The doctor is there. I mean, it's a doctor's appointment. She doesn't show the doctor, but you hear her talking, and the weight management and trying to get her to lose weight. I was hooked, and it wasn't a script. It was real life.
Yeah.
By someone who's entertaining, because the mother was just talking and this and that, and I'm like, she's a good mom because she knows there's nobody else to take care of these daughters but me, and if something happens to me, who knows what's going to happen to them. So she's setting it up, but that's where YouTube is like, come and sit at my table and I'll pay you to eat. Netflix is saying, what is it, $17? What is it, $19 a month? 20? Is it $20?
Not for me. I have the $7 plan.
Whatever the high thing is, they're saying, a plate costs $19.99 a month, and I'm like, no thanks. I'll go sit at the free table.
Exactly.
And get old.
Terralina,
that's how I feel about it.
Okay, cool. Terralina, what were you gonna say? You had a.
I was saying that I said this last night also. People, when the Dow Jones went down and everything went sideways, people are going to shut off that Netflix.
It's a natural reaction.
You're going to go through your subscriptions, the things we've been putting off, and people are going to cut the fat. Also, I like YouTube because it gives people an opportunity to be seen.
Yes.
And to become national, to have a full-time show, to be given a budget, to be plucked out and say, hey, people like this, let's do this. And it opens the door for more creativity than the people they have on staff right now.
Exactly.
I mean, at some point, there's only so much imagination, but it opens the door for everyone's imagination to be viewed. And I like that.
And here's another thing that YouTube does. They serve you what you want.
You can
go back. They say, hey, you watch this, whatever. Here's some more from another creator. Do you like that? Do you want to taste that? Yeah, let me have some of that. So you keep going in, but they will constantly throw a different palette or different plate at you of, you like this content, here's another creator. It's not the same creator over and over. Here's another creator that's doing similar. That's what I love about them and their algorithm. And
Because
plus they pay you.
I love their audiobooks. I just, because I like mysteries.
Yeah.
And so I listen to their audiobooks all the time.
Mhm.
There's different types of creators on there.
Yeah.
And it levels the playing field. How many times have we heard that?
So Google knows what it's
Absolutely.
doing with YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a plan. I know they have a plan. They're not sharing it with anybody, but I know they have a plan. So it's a slow and steady thing of they are standing, waiting for everything to come to them instead of rushing to, oh, we're going to grab up everything. They're like, okay, eventually you're going to get to us because we're free. We give you what you want and we pay you.
Okay.
Fantastic.
I'm just
Listen.
saying.
Okay, so good. The council has spoken. That's what
I've
they
been
think.
talking about.
If
I'm telling you, start your YouTube channel, people. Start it.
Mm-hmm.
Start it.
I've got to. So definitely do it. Definitely do it. So the final thing I wanted to just mention is that, of course, with all of the fanfare that Kendrick Lamar received for performing at the Super Bowl, you know that he's going to be snatched up for some other things. So it is being rumored right now, according to Blavity, that he will be performing for the 2028 Summer Olympics.
Ooh. Yeah.
So we don't have final confirmation, but there are a lot of things that point to the fact that that will be the case.
All right.
Nice.
That is the pinnacle of athletic events. So I'd be interested to see what he's doing with that.
Me too.
Yeah. And it will be held in Los Angeles. So it makes sense because that is his hometown.
Okay. That sounds like fun.
Yes. And that's what I have for you today.
Well, I just want to say that was quite a bit, Dr. Tachi, and we were informed today. I am not really a Coachella fan because I don't do a lot of music, but I do a lot of YouTube. And so I found it really, really informative. And also, I wanted to say to TJ, thank you so much for allowing us to take that avatar and make
yeah. You're welcome.
that was fun.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, thank you. I got one more thing about the YouTube. I think I said they said, because I pulled up a New York Times article. It's 150 million people look at YouTube on television each month. The 150 a month, not the total. So that's a number.
That's not a day. So 150 a month. Got you. But it's still
Wow.
a very broad audience. And it, like you said, Dr. Tachi, it's growing. So, guys, let's get ready. If you're not already out there, get that channel cooking because people are coming. People are coming.
Free.
So we just want to thank everybody for tuning in today. I want you to know that you can find Dr. Tachi over on Indie Soup TV Media at Mediascope also. And we just thank you for your contributions there all the way from Florida. We want to know you to know that you can find Terry Johnson online everywhere. And so, hey guys, this is the place for information. And we thank you for your time. It's been Tech Life Weekly. Thank you. I want you to know if you want to become a part of BizChicks, you can simply text Biz to 33777, or you can find us over at bizchicks.net. We'd love to share with our community what it is you do and how you serve. With that, we want to say thank you for your time. Those of you watching live and on the replay, have a great day, and we'll see you all soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.